Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now to the weather, which hasn't stopped being bad. Winter weather alerts stretched from Montana to New Jersey Thursday as deadly ice storms swept the nation. Lake effect snow is piling up around the Great Lakes, being measured in feet instead of inches. We're also tracking snow across the eastern seaboard and ice in the southeast. Here's Carter Evans.
Tonight, blinding snow and dangerous ice continue to torment vast regions of the country, making driving dangerous and even venturing outside deadly.
Throughout this period of storm, we are averaging around 900 to 1,000 calls a day.
Here in Portland, a horrific loss of life caused by this Arctic blast. 3 family members killed and a 9-month-old injured after power lines fell on their SUV while they were inside. Neighbor Daniel Buck heard the boom.
We saw that the tires on the car were on fire.
Were they panicking?
They were panicking. Yeah, they were trying to get out of the car as fast as they could.
He says the family escaped, and that's when they were electrocuted.
They ran down the sidewalk, and part of the line was in the water. And at that point, they'd already walked where the rest of the line had landed. It was just horrible. It was a horrible thing.
18-year-old Majaya Washington managed to save the baby.
Were you worried you might get shocked too?
That never ran through my head. I was just thinking, like, I have to save this baby.
In Copenhagen, New York, homes and cars are now buried in up to 6 feet of snow. In nearby Rochester, authorities are investigating an American Airlines plane that slid off the runway. Meanwhile, a massive ice jam along the Kankakee River in Wilmington, Illinois, is pushing closer to homes. And in Indianapolis, EMS workers are responding to 4 times as many cold weather emergencies as they did this time last year.
We've had people so cold that they needed resuscitation.
Carter Evans joins us now from Portland. Carter, what a menu of woe. Overall, in Portland in specific, how has Portland handled the weather? Was the city prepared? How did it go in the end?
Well, you know, I think that Portland is not used to this type of ice storm or this amount of snow, so it took a while to get the streets clear. And then we've had some warmer weather today, a little bit warmer, enough that melted some of the ice. Of course, it's going to be freezing again tonight. And then there's a large homeless population here, a large group of people who live outdoors. They've had warming centers, but there's a little bit of controversy over that because they were closing them during the daytime and kicking people out. So that was a concern here for that population. But for the most part, things are getting back to normal.
And Carter, that tragic story of the family killed after the power lines fell on their vehicle, was that a freak accident, or is there something that officials are saying to do in such a circumstance should one find themselves in it?
So it is a freak accident. It was a tree limb that was probably weighed down by ice that fell on the power line and caused that power line to fall on the car. You know, that sort of thing doesn't happen every day, but power lines do fall quite frequently in winter storms. And there are some things you should do if one falls on your car. I know this because I took some training on this when I was working in local news decades ago. We used to use antennas on live trucks that could go into power lines, and they taught us what to do. And what you're supposed to do is stay in the car, if at all possible, because the tires will insulate. It's not actually completing that circuit. If you do have to get out, for instance, the car is on fire or something, experts say what you should do is leap out with both feet first so you're not touching the car and the ground at the same time. And at that point, you're supposed to shuffle your feet and get about 50 feet away from the power line.
Because if you are touching the car and the ground, you are the conductive material between the two.
Yes. You complete the circuit.
Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It is good to be here. Today is Noga, January the 19th, 2024, and it's currently 12:48 p.m. Eastern Time, and tomorrow it's going to be the 20th. Pluto will officially enter Aquarius again, has that been doing for a while now, entering and retrograding. Forgive me, beloved, for my voice. It might sound a little bit hoarse. I had some allergy, been sneezing. I think I spray something, some spray in the room, and I breathe it too quickly. So that might impede my ability to record this properly with my normal voice. Now, beloved, what you're seeing here, it's called increase of hail and snow. For those of you that knows, the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham, plague number 6, okay, hail and snow. It's just the weather. And plague number 10, it's just the weather is acting up. All right. So now we have this family that died in Portland, New Jersey. Is that what that is? I'm not quite sure where, but we'll take a look at it. And the family, they are no more, okay, and they got electrocuted. And the experts are saying when things like that happen, stay in the car because the car tire are made out of rubber, so you won't be electrocuted. So that's the expert. Now, beloved, one thing we are noticing, we've been noticing over here, that the weather is behaving in a very abnormal manner. And the method that 83 employed to somewhat predicted the weather, it never worked anymore. Right after 2019, this thing, it doesn't work the way that it used to. Why? Well, first thing first, 1619, 2019, the 400 years is over, and those people are entering their trouble. Okay, we are exiting ours, and they are entering the curses. We are entering, of course, the blessing. Another thing is, this is not being done by men, okay? The so-called 83 are not doing this on purpose, killing their own people. I'm not quite sure what the ethnicity of those folks that didn't made it, but one thing we know, who came out to save the baby? A sister, okay? She went out and saved the baby. So I don't know if it's one of our people that, four of our people that, I don't know. But one thing that I do know, a judgment is out there and everybody is under judgment except our folk. Okay, when I say our folk, I'm not talking about kinfolk. I'm not talking about skin folk. I'm talking about kinfolk. Okay, now we're gonna go into this a little bit more and see exactly what's going on. And the 83, the weathercast, the news anchors, the weather people, they did not see this coming. By the time they saw this, it's too late. Remember, they did say we're not going to have a winter this year. But look at this. Look at this. They say, well, winter less likely to be brutal. And it's completely opposite. Remember, a lot of people were saying we're not going to have a winter. But look at this. A lot of people are being no more, and a lot of them. And now, again, because it is YouTube and whatever you said, yeah, about disease, X mark the spot, people will flag your channel, try to do stuff to you, cancel your video and things like that. And they have a warning on our channel forever now. Let me see if I can show you the warning. And it's supposed to... Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles. There we go. Let's double check that to see the warning that they gave us. And that's why they've been canceling stuff. Okay, so that's the warning they put there 3 years ago. Community guideline. Okay, December 23rd, 2021. It's going to expire in 2 days. They put this warning three years ago in the channel, and they've been removing the videos community guideline. Okay. Hebrew prayer at 12 o'clock, November 28, 2020, fasting for the destruction of our enemy. And they removed this video because there may be an issue with your content. You violated the guideline and your stuff were offensive. We remove it. So that's why they cancel pretty much everything that every of the videos we've been making. They just remove them because they are looking for all videos. You say anything, you cough in the video, or you are giving medical misinformation. All the videos, they remove most of the dreams, most of the prayers. They remove them because you were giving medical misinformation and they are harmful content. So that's why they remove them. All right, that's what those people been doing. And the truth is offensive. And if they're accusing you of bullying and things like that, scumbag stuff, so they can make themselves feel better.
Now to the weather.
So now, beloved, let us go into this and see exactly what's going on. And we do know over here this is not being done by men. The so-called migrant crisis those people are doing out there, and then they're acting like, oh, we are being invaded. Oh my God, we are being invaded. We don't know what to do. The United States has the most advanced weaponry in the entire earth, and we are the most brutal, the most sadistic scumbag on this earth, and yet we cannot stop those people coming here. Oh, here comes the Texas, here come Florida National Guard coming over there and fighting the Biden administration. Oh, there's a scuffle going on over there, but the migrants are still coming. They are still getting money and stuff. We studied that in private, okay? We studied this right here, all right? The burgeoning Hispanic black conflict and black labor white wealth and our Patreon. Okay, we study the myth of hard work, blackness phobia. Okay, culture-based ethnic businesses. Blacks lack a sense of unity. We have our oil lamp homework Zoom meeting. We had the bridge and the sistering. We have the PDF. Blacks, immigrants or not, we studied those things and we know what those people are doing. Okay, they are doing the best they can to try to say, hey, something gonna happen. Let's all get off this land and go over there, and then people will follow. Oh, let's get out of here. Those immigrants, oh my God, they're so dangerous. I don't know how they get there. You people are bringing them there to padded their numbers and taking those people going to somewhat overpower us and kill so-called the original aboriginal of this land. Yeah, it's gonna work just like the crack or drugs you put in our neighborhood. Now look at you.
Which hasn't stopped being bad. Winter weather alerts stretched from Montana to New Jersey Thursday as deadly ice storms swept the nation. Lake effect snow is piling up around the Great Lakes, being measured in feet instead of inches. We're also tracking snow across the eastern seaboard and ice in the southeast. Here's Carter Evans.
Tonight, blinding snow and dangerous ice continue to torment vast regions of the country, making...
So you just heard what the fellow said, and instead of them measuring snow by the inches, they are now saying it's by feet. We got like 4 or 5 inches of snow this now. They go by feet now, like 2-3 feet of snows.
Driving dangerous and even venturing outside deadly.
Throughout this period of storm, we are averaging around 900 to 1,000 calls a day.
Here in Portland,
900 to 1,000 calls a day. That's one city concerning the cold. Okay, these things never happened before, but why is it happening now? Again, so-called men do not have the ability to control the weather and do these things. Remember a few years ago, in China, still under that drought, and it was so hot, there were no rain, and they were showing you the footage of those guys, launching some drone and over there spraying some little stuff and they try to make it rain so they could get rid of the drought. Get out of here, man.
A horrific loss of life caused by this Arctic blast. 3 family members killed and a 9-month-old injured after power lines fell on their SUV while they were inside.
Okay, so now there's one thing we need to look at here. There were 3 families. Let's play it again so we can listen to what the people, the numbers.
Here in Portland, a horrific loss of life caused by this Arctic blast. 3 family members killed and a 9-month-old injured after.
Okay, 3 family members killed and a 9-month-old baby is no more. Okay, we know the number 3, 9, 21, the sequence, and the baby was 9 months old. Okay, the number 9.
Life caused by this Arctic blast. 3 family members killed and a 9-month-old injured after.
Okay, and a 9-month-old injured. Now, if you look at the at the plate of the car, let's say 883. Of course, if you add them together, okay, it's number 19, I believe. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 3, 19. 1 plus 9, you know who's in the midst, and you got the number 99 in the back of the car. Okay, this is a Ford Expedition, and you got number 9 and 99 and in the back of the car. 9 plus 9 equal 18. 1 plus 8, you know what to do. Let's get a better view on this car right there.
A 9-month-old injured after power lines fell on their SUV while they were.
Okay, you can see the number here. Okay, the car is red. Ford Expedition 99 with angel wings. Okay, 99 with wings. Let's see if we can get one of those. No, we were talking about this. Let's see if we can get 99 wings. 99. Oops. I don't want them to. 99 wings. Symbol or logo? Logo. Don't give me wings, man. No. It's kind of like, well, it's not in there. But when you look at this, it has wings in it anyway. Okay, the 2 wings are the representation of the angelic beings that are there causing all this. Whether you want to call them demon or Nephilim, we really don't care. The judgment is there. It is here. Now, the wings, 99. 9 plus 9, 18. 1 plus 8, 9. We know the number 9 is you are bounded in it. Like the intra-templin can tell you, you can't get out because it's the numbers of judgment. And yeah, the 3 people, they were no more. And the baby, she was not, well, he or she was 9 months old, and the beloved sister saved them, saved the baby.
They were inside. Neighbor Daniel Buck heard the boom.
Okay, his name is Daniel Buck. All right, let's see if we can get the
tires
name.
On the car were on fire.
Were they panicking?
They were panicking. Yeah, they were trying to get out of the car as fast as they could.
He says the family escaped, and that's when they were electrocuted.
They ran down the side.
Okay, Daniel Buck. We know Daniel 12:1, and Buck is another word for deer. Okay. Excuse me. Show me a picture of a buck. There you go. All right. The deer again. We know a buck is the picture of a deer, and a deer is another form of blessing. Why? Because when Isaac was getting old and he was about to made transition. He called both of his sons, Esau and Jacob, and he asked Esau to make him some venison, which is the deer meat, the buck meat. It was tradition before, back then, when a father is about to die, they will eat venison and pass the blessing unto their children, the oldest one, which was Esau, so to speak. Now, because of this deer, we watch the movie Leave the World Behind with Julia Roberts and that fellow for Moonlight and the other actress and Kevin Bacon, which was not those people, Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon, they weren't even supposed to be in the movie because the movie was too low for them. But they put those high caliber in this movie that was unnecessary for those actors. Anybody could have played it, but they put those high caliber because they want the attention of all people. We had a whole podcast about it. Let me see if we can get the podcast. Let's see if we can get the podcast. Let me see. Big Levi backup channel. Okay. Excuse me. If you go to our backup channel, oops. Oh, we had a live about it. There you go. If you go to our backup channel, we had a live about 4 weeks ago, a month ago. We had a live about it right here. It's 2 hours. Black people can't swim. And then, okay. It's called Leave the World Behind, Our Breakdowns, Call in Open Line. We had people calling. Let's see. Okay,
We know that.
while you're saying this, the tick is another
guardian and angels. And so if you look at the situation, you can look at when the boy got bit by the tick. So we are, I'm sorry?
Lyme disease. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, okay, with the Lyme disease, if we want to go even deeper, so with the Lyme disease, we know that the tick normally is on the deer. So if the deer represented the angels, we know that if we go in Revelations, the vials, the bowls, the seals, all that was broken by the angels, correct?
Yes.
So if you look at it, the judgment that was being poured out, it was given to those that were, first of all, we know he was the son represent a lower nature. He represented the lower nature because everything he did was just low flesh, no spirit, no nothing. So when that tick bit him, notice he was the only one that got a fever, a headache, and fatigue. Nobody else in the house got it. And then if you want to go even deeper, we know that I'm sorry, it was another part on there.
Okay, so the sister gave the part concerning the deer, and we got Daniel Buck here, and we have the deer, which is a form of a blessing and judgment. It's everything right here through our studies. Okay, this is our own breakdown. Okay, beloved, this is what the Holy Spirit. That's what she downloaded in us. The sister bought this, and I bought the part. The other people bought the part. Now you got Daniel Buck. Okay, Daniel 12:1. We know who's in the midst, okay, and then the 8:8:1 Daniel 12:1. Michael is in the midst. 8:8:3. 8 plus 8 16. 16 plus 3 19. 1 plus 19. Number of Michael. Daniel 12:1. Buck and all that. Baby number 9. Red car. And the red fellow that came out as a red hairy garment was supposed to get the blessing, but he did sold it, and all this stuff. All these things are connecting. All right, let's keep on moving.
Walk, and part of the line was in the.
I don't know. His shirt says something here, but I can't see it. Is it possible that they got a better view? No.
The water, and at that point they'd already walked where the rest of the line had landed. It was just horrible. It was a horrible thing.
18-year-old Majaya Washington managed to save the baby.
Were you worried you might get shocked too?
That never ran through my head.
So she's 18-year-old, and her last name is Washington. Majaya. Let's listen to the. See, did Majasha or Majaya? Let's listen to the name again.
was a horrible thing.
18-year-old Majaya Washington managed to...
Okay, she's 18. Her name is Majaya. Okay, Ja. Okay, Majaya. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And she's 18. 1 plus 8 equal 9. Then again, like we said, I'm not making this up. We are not making this up. All right. So this thing right here is happening for real. And she was the one that came in and saved the baby. Like I said, I'm not quite sure what is the ethnicity of the quote unquote the people that were no more in this horrible accident. Now, of course, beloved, if we see this the microphone right here and she's speaking onto it, it looks 6, which is 9 upside down. Okay, let's keep on moving and see what the angelic being are sending unto us.
Save the baby.
Were you worried you might get shocked too?
Okay, now when you look at behind this cap right here, okay, you can see this cap. I'm assuming this is another cop or a firefighter with 3 white horse, the horsemen, okay, and riding what seems to be some beams or the fire hose or whatever. It got like the 3 white horse. We know the pale horse is a symbol of death and destruction. But let's keep on moving.
That never ran through my head. I was just thinking, like, I have to save this baby.
In Copenhagen, New York, homes and cars are now buried in up to 6 feet of snow. In nearby Rochester, authorities are...
Again, in up to 6 feet of snow. So now let's see if they had identified the family members that were electrocuted in Portland. Family members electrocuted in Portland. Is that okay? Is that what that is? I'm pretty sure that. Okay, let's listen to this. 43 minutes ago, 1 day ago. Let's listen to the one that just came out.
I seen from my window from this podium right here like a big flash, and at first I thought it was a gunshot.
Instead, it was a tree branch falling on a power line.
And my wife and me was getting in the car right there to go to the store. And next thing we heard a loud boom. And my wife's like, oh my God, that car is on fire.
And it kept getting worse. Because in the next few moments, Ronald Briggs would lose his 21-year-old daughter, Tajalia, her boyfriend, Nash, the father of his grandson, and his 15-year-old son, Tamron.
I had 6 kids. I lost 2 of them in one day.
And next-door neighbor,
Okay, so let's see right there.
And his 15-year-old son.
Okay.
Ronald Briggs would lose his 21-year-old daughter, Tajalia.
Okay, 21-year-old daughter, Tajalia. Is that what that is?
His 21-year-old daughter, Tajalia.
Okay, Tajalia. There goes again the name and the word, yeah.
Boyfriend, Nash, the father.
Of course, 21, beloved, is the reverse of 12, which means the curse. And 21-year-old.
His 21-year-old daughter, Tajalia. Her boyfriend, Nash, the father of his grandson, and his 15-year-old son.
Okay, they didn't give the age of the boyfriend and the 15-year-old son, and the baby was 9.
Tamron.
I had 6 kids. I lost 2 of them in one day.
And next-door neighbor Majaya Washington says once the live power line fell on the red SUV just before noon Wednesday near Northeast 122nd and Siskiyou, and everyone scrambled out on the ice, Nash was first to go.
Slip right there. He slipped and he fell. His shoe touched the wire and caught a little bit of fire on his foot, and then he was smoking after that.
My son tried to go down, my 15-year-old son tried to go down there, and I told him don't go down there, just get away from him, and he slid. And he touched the water, and he died.
That's a horrible thing right there, man. This is a terrible thing, brethren. Okay, they seems like a good family. They were together, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, and the child. But this happened. This is no joke, man. This is no joke. It's a horrible thing that happened here. But hey, like we said, man, this thing is out there. A lot of people don't listen. A lot of brethren and sisters, kinfolk, skinfolk, Jews, Gentiles alike, they simply don't listen. But hey, this thing happened, dog.
Though somehow Ronald's 9-month-old grandson was still alive.
True, his dad saved his life. He laid on top of his dad.
I know like some people might say it's probably like a dumb decision, but I had I don't know, I just felt like I had to go get that baby. And I had him. He was alert. I was happy about that, but you know, like it's hard to be happy when the case of events.
It just hurt that I couldn't see my kids die and couldn't do nothing about it. Being a good father, but being a good father cannot solve this right now today.
One father who suffered so much loss in a single day. And while his 9-month-old grandson, we understand, is spending the night in the hospital in good condition, thank goodness for that. Tonight we have learned the grief goes beyond Nash, beyond Tajalia, beyond Tamarin, a sophomore at Milwaukee High, with Ronald sharing his daughter was also 6 months pregnant. This now makes...
That's again, the number 6 again. She was already 6 months pregnant. Okay, again, beloved, this thing is no joke, man. And we are not making this up, all right? This thing is everywhere. And we told our people, we told everyone years ago, that now it's not time to tell people to repent and then, you know, try to save yourself. It is done. I mean, today is the 19th, man. Pluto entering this stuff 20. What people are going to do? Try to repent like right now and stuff. It is done, man. There's nothing else to say here. And lately you might see I just don't detail those Esau's troubles anymore because it is done. I let it to the people to see for themselves. Okay, we like one video and this, and we're already half an hour in it. All right. Since we're already half an hour, beloved, we need to tell the people why this thing is going on, okay? This thing is happening because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And he said unto Abraham, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. Yes, indeed. 1619, 2019, we had served all 400 years. That's why right after 2019, the entire world got locked down. It wasn't like, you know, the elite doing this, the 1%. No, it was the Most High God Almighty that did this because the contract was over. And right after that, beloved, you see the economy, the quality of life around the world just pummeled. Went way down whatever that they were expecting. And those people saw the plague coming. What did they do? They come up with their, you know, they start partying with Jabba the Hutt and Jabba Jah and act like they know what they were doing. 3 years later, they themselves came out, okay? They said, well, this thing, there were no scientific backup or anything scientific about what anything that we did. And guess what now? They have this thing. General National Surgeon. Is that what that is? Oh, no, not I believe General Surgeons say stop vaccine. There you go. Florida surgeon calls for halt to defies health expert. So whenever
Saunders outside.
I'm not gonna play the video, but we're going to put the fellow right here. Okay. Wait a minute. Why is he? What's going on here? Can't talk right now, unfortunately. There we go. Now, whenever, let me enlarge this. Whenever those people want to clean up their mess, whenever they want the attention of our people, whenever they want to involve us in something that has nothing to do with us, we don't really care what's going on out there. What did they do? They bring somebody that looked just like us, somebody that kind of looked like us, and then they made this person say something they are afraid of saying. Okay? And then this dude come over there and say, oh, we define this, and we need to stop this stuff because Alpha Expert, it's not working, and things like that and stuff. Whenever they make a mess, who's coming to clean it up? Hey. And now they admit it. Well, we didn't know, we don't know what that thing was. We don't know what it is. And whatever that we had is not working. So we have this dude over there and telling you this age and then defies the health expert. You know, even that fellow, Mr. Fauci himself, came the other day and said, hey man, that issue that we're doing had no scientific backup. And this dude like, well, hey man, I had to do what I had to do. Beloved, listen, let me tell you one thing. Those people have to give something. They have to say something. That's how they are expert at lying. They've been doing this thing for hundreds of years. It's not thousands. It's not millions of years. Whenever they don't know something, they'll make something up and act like they know what it is. They have no idea what's going on. You do know the priesthood of Mahan don't tell them anything, right? Those people find out the truth when they are listening to us. Most of them have no idea. They just wing this thing around. Okay? So, yes. Let me just get rid of this right quick. We might make 2 videos because we might make 2 videos because this thing has been YouTube been acting up again. Yeah, like we're going to cancel your video. The last video that we had, copyright, we block it from all over the world. Well, whatever. So again, when this thing happened, and beloved, this thing really damaged those people. Okay, they say, oh, it only killed 1 million, retiree American and black people. You know, remember, whenever this thing happened in the beginning, they were saying, oh, African American are more susceptible to this thing, and then it's killing them because they are poor, they got diabetes. And then 3 years later, you're bringing a bunch of African American here. You're bringing a bunch of African here, so-called Haitian, Caribbean. You're bringing them here. Is that what that is? You're bringing here by boatload and giving them $20,000 a month, $10,000 a month, free healthcare, free housing. Is that what you're doing to padding your number? So you now are padding down your number with black folk, so to speak. Nah, you're not doing this. See, this thing literally took a lot of them out. That's why there's, well, people don't work anymore. They work online. No, they don't work anymore because they are 6 feet under. They don't work anymore because they can't work. Well, we got a lot of people retiring, enjoying life. Like le nouveau riche. We got the new rich. The nouveau rich, or like those millennials, man. They are making so much money out there and buying home and stuff. A moment ago, you guys were blasting the millennials being the losers. They can't buy a home because, they are not strong enough. They are not working hard enough. And now you guys are glorifying them. Oh man. They are retiring of lies. Now, those things happening because of Genesis 15, verse 13. And we are now in Genesis 15, verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will as judge. And the Holy One is judging the nation through the 10 plagues of the apocalypse of Abraham. Plague number 6, increase of hail and snow. That's what you're seeing here. The weather is misbehaving. Now, beloved, there are a lot of things going on, especially when it comes to the bringing of the migrant. Now, our people do not focus on so-called, they're not focused on reparation anymore. They leave the talk of reparation to talk about migrant, thinking those migrants are invading here on their own. No, the quote-unquote, the government or those people are bringing those folks over here. Now, if you would like to study with us and get those beautiful pictures of the depiction of our beloved mothers and elders, if you'd like to study with us, for instance, why Indians were not enslaved, they're not talking about the so-called black Indian, the religious crusade for black enslavement, how the priesthood of Mahan enslaved our people, okay, a depiction of Sarai, Abraham's wife, and her golden years. If you would like to get those photos, you may consider to be a member of our Patreon channel, which is a Big Levi Patreon. You can download those pictures. You can get them for free, regardless of tiers. Okay, so we have studied chapter 4, why whites choose enslaved blacks. Those people are the main reason they enslave us, and they are calling our people lazy. Okay, Dr. Claude Anderson and Black Labor White Wealth said, if you knew the so-called Japanese and German and Chinese are the hardest working people on earth, why didn't you go over there and enslave them and brought them here and make them work? You choose the laziest people that you know they are lazy, they're going to complain, yet you took them, you enslaved them in their own land, and then you blame them for being lazy, because this is a bunch of bull. Come and study with us the Myth 7, Black Feminism. Okay, this is Sister Caroline right now, 110 pounds or 49 to 50 kilograms. She lost our beloved sister Caroline with the help of the cancer blaster. Now, let me make this perfectly clear, beloved. The cancer blaster is not a product. It's not something we are selling, okay? This is the after, this is the before picture. You can see the sister here. Okay, this is the sister here before, all right, and then now this is the sister after. She lost 110 pounds when it comes to the cancer blaster. The PDF is in the description right here. All you have to do is to click the PDF and download it. It's free, but you have to become a paid member. Okay, paid member. Go ahead and choose your tiers. Go download this thing. A lot of good stuff over there. And we got the Myth of Black Ethnicity. We have all those books we are studying in private. We used to study them publicly, but we have too many knuckleheads and trolls coming and telling us we're going to hell because you're studying a book about Jacob's trouble. What we went through doing Jacob's trouble, okay? Black labor, white wealth is a part of Jacob trouble. All right, blackness phobia and all this stuff. We study all those things. If you like those artwork, you can go ahead and get them if you wish. All right, beloved, let us keep on moving. There you go.
Didn't think I was gonna die. I knew I wasn't gonna die like this.
It was a day that forever changed the life of 25-year-old Callista Munoz.
Such a good girl.
A big animal lover, Callista had several foster animals in her home, one of them known as Zona.
This dog was a stray, and someone I knew had originally got him because they had found him.
Callista fostered Zona for nearly 3 months until one summer afternoon, when Zona and another one of her dogs got in a vicious fight.
On July 1st, he escaped from my room, which is where he was, and he had a cone on, but with no hesitation, he darted downstairs.
In a panic, Callista tried dragging Zona away toward her bathroom.
I eventually got trapped in there, and by the time that I could grab the door, unfortunately, all of this part of my arm was already chewed out.
For nearly 30 minutes, Callista was screaming for help before her next-door neighbors called the police.
You know, I always say I danced with the devil when I looked him straight in his eyes.
Callista spent a month in the hospital undergoing 18 surgeries and eventually had to get her arm amputated.
He was a really good dog, but something was abused and imprinted in him that wasn't.
Okay, again, don't listen to those people, okay? Those folks always come up with their expert voice, expert analysis and things, and talking about abuse and things. They are freaking animal, all right? Okay, so plague number 7, wild beasts will be their grave. You're a woman living alone, okay? You don't bring a ferocious male dog, okay, and apex of predators. Dogs are freaking predators, okay? They're just domesticated. They are wild animals, okay? Descendant of wolf, they are wild animals, okay? They got instinct, they will just attack, okay? If you have, again, like I said, the only pet I will buy my daughter is a goldfish. That thing get too big, and Big Levi just take the frying pan and do what he must do to taking care of this. I will not have an animal in my home that there's a possibility this animal can kill me. Like I said before, when my daughter come home, it's like, Daddy, where is Goldie? Like, sweetie, I have a gut feeling Goldie is somewhere warm and safe. Nah, anything that can, if I can't have an animal in my home, it's not by law. I can't eat it. I don't want it to be there. Like having giant python and anaconda in your home, think it's cute. They are apex predator. At one moment you turn away and then they can read your aura, they can kill you. And Lord know what those people are doing to those dogs, to those poor animals. They abuse those poor things or suffering. Okay, she's 21 of us. Okay, you don't bring just giant freaking little chihuahua, little small dog, and something that cannot overpower you and kill you. Those are somewhat safe. But you're bringing anacondas and python and lions and tigers in your home and expecting them to behave. It doesn't work like that, okay? The abuse and stuff like that and things like, no, it doesn't work like this. So, and at any moment, those animals, they can sense things and then they will bite you and do stuff. Remember Commander Biden, the dog that keep biting those general fellows, those the protective or security, those dudes, the dogs were attacking them because they can see spirit on people. Now you have this dog chew your hands out because it attack you because they are predator. People don't know this. It seems like people like don't. A dog is a wild animal. Okay, it's just being domesticated. It's to some degree, but they are freaking wild and they can kill you. You lucky this thing didn't attach his thing, to your jugular and rip your throat out.
Wasn't good.
It's now been 6 months since that brutal attack, and while Callista is stuck with these battle scars, she hasn't let it get the best of her.
It wasn't hard, but there's days where it does affect me, where I'm like, why can't I, just have my hand back?
Still working and pursuing her master's degree, Callista hopes she can be an inspiration for others who may be going through similar struggles.
I shouldn't have to postpone my life anymore because something bad happened to me. There's beauty in tragedy, and I believe that my journey is someone else's survival guide.
Who made those tattoos? Strong. Is that what let me see.
There's beauty in tragedy, and
is that her niece or little cousin? Who did this to her? What are those things? Is that an airplane? I don't know. It seems, is that, who draw this? Who did this to this woman? They might as well amputated this other hand. What
beauty
is that?
Tragedy.
Is that hungry people? Envy, energy? What the hell? What is this? Anyway, man, people get tattoos for anything, man. I believe right there they took the wrong harm out. Okay, we keep texting. Oh, notification. I don't know what's going on here.
And I believe that my journey is someone else's survival guide.
What is that? Is that a hammer or some dice? Why the dice have? What is candy? Okay, I see what they are doing here. No, she had the tattoo before the mark. I thought they were trying to cover the scar with tattoo. Some people do that. I don't know. Are those dominoes or domino pizza? Is it there's a stars here? I don't know.
Very strong woman, obviously very generous, fostering, and she mentioned there that dog.
Listen, beloved, there are certain situations as a woman you don't put yourself into this. I not even recommend this for men. Dogs, ferocious dog, any animal. If you have dogs in your home, I love dogs, man. They're all right. Leave them outside. A dog's supposed to be an outside animal. It's not supposed to be in your room, in your bed, in your bathroom, or in your private. It's a dog. It's a ferocious beast. It's supposed to be a guardian and watch over the house. Dogs and cats and animals are excellent to have, beloved. But please, don't try to act like those people and leaving those animals and let them sleep in their bed and then get on their couch and stuff like that. This is not a good thing. You don't want to project this image to your children. Of course, she was living alone and then living with giant, ferocious beasts like this. They will literally kill you. Okay? A dog cannot resonate like a human does. They see things differently. Okay? They will just, even the other dog, they will try to attack another dog. Stay out of it. They are freaking dogs. Stay out of it. They will fight and let them fight, and then they will just, if one of them kill the other, so be it. They're animals. Don't try to intervene. I had this happen to one of my cousins, and he loves pit bull, and he had one of those pit bull attacking the other, and then was trying to separate them, and the pit bull bite him. You know, he was lucky when the pit bull bite him, and he realized that there was an owner, let him go. All right, please don't do this nonsense. All right.
It's video only First Alert 4 has shown you. That's a big part of this case. Investigators say this video shows the two men accused of killing Carolyn Jenkins last year. And now her family is using this very video in court. Thanks for being with us at 6. I'm Samantha Jones. First Alert 4 Investigates Susan O'Corey digs into the lawsuit filed by Jenkins' family and the history behind the two suspects in the case.
Oh, boy.
Oh, God.
August 11th, 2022, security cameras show multiple views of what St. Louis police call a cover-up.
Look at this, man.
They say under the tarp being wheeled away is the body of Carolyn Jenkins. Her family recorded these clips when prosecutors showed them the footage.
I'm sick about it.
Jenkins, a 63-year-old mom and grandmother, was murdered at the Metropolitan Village Apartments.
Okay, she's 63.
Police say Jenkins' ex-boyfriend and neighbor David Harvey killed her, while a second neighbor, John Day, helped hide the body.
They destroyed our family. What do we do now?
Again, beloved, it is always mind-boggling when someone kills somebody and what they like. They know there's camera. They know somebody might see them. They try to dispose of the body and cover it up and do stuff. Like, what would you think, man? Like, what were you thinking? How could you do something like this and thinking you can get away with it, man? You guys are seniors, and come on, man. What's going on with this? But nonetheless, things like that happen.
Jenkins' daughter, Carla Smith, is taking a new step. She just sued the apartment complex, their managers, and building security for negligence, claiming they had a duty to protect her mom.
My mother was the rock of our family.
The lawsuit claims Harvey shouldn't have been living in the apartment. The building receives federal subsidies, so the suit argues it's subject to federal housing rules. One states criminal activity can be grounds for terminating a lease. In 2015, Harvey was accused of shooting and killing a pregnant woman. A St. Louis jury found him not guilty of murder, but did convict him of multiple gun charges. According to the lawsuit, when that happened, Harvey was living in the apartment building. First Alert 4 Investigates found Harvey's been convicted of a list of felonies dating back to the 1970s, including burglary and assault.
Okay, so those dudes, they've been doing that for a while, man, and they don't care. They'll get rid of you, okay? Because they've done this. This is not the first time. That's why a lot of those people that go out there and do things like that, that mean they've been doing things like this. So this is crazy, but let's keep on moving.
The lawsuit also points to something else the surveillance video shows.
This woman here is sitting here watching
Jenkins' body being wheeled past a security guard.
The security just sat there, monitor above her head. She never moved. We have a video of her just sitting there. It was 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. She never asked, what are you doing? What is that? Nothing. My mother's foot was dragging.
The family's lawsuit claims the night of the murder, surveillance video shows Harvey followed Jenkins into her apartment, rushing inside before she could close the door.
We've not been allowed to see the entire footage. There was 8 days that he stalked her on camera before this even happened. There is security in the building. No one did anything about it.
First Alert 4
And no one can do anything about it. Let me tell you something when it comes to security. You see, as security guards, you are instructed not to get involved with domestic violence and things like that. Anything suspicious, write it down, call the police, report it, that's it. Your job is observe and report. Your job is not observe and get involved and be the hero and try to do things because you don't know what's going on. And I had multiple incidents like where I see security guard get involved with husband and wife and boyfriend and girlfriend, and the wife turn on them. Okay, the wife turn on them. The wife call him out, or the wife attacking them when they were trying to defend them. Or the wife don't do anything, and after the thing, they go right back to their husband. They go right back to the boyfriend. Your job is to report what's happening, call, and say this thing is very suspicious, not good. Those people are always arguing, and the man made threat to killing her, and I believe you guys should take a look into this, and that's it. Their job is not like to go head out there and save people. Of course, a lot of security guards really don't care what's going on. They just be there and make a presence. And you got criminals, hardcore dudes. They don't care about the police. Why do this? Why should they care about like you being a security guard? Those guys will take you down like in a heartbeat.
Investigates reached out to the apartment complex, the management company, and the security firm. No one responded. In a statement to First Alert 4, the family's lawyer wrote, "We can only hope Ms. Jenkins's tragic death serves as a wake-up call to this and other landlords to take appropriate steps to protect their tenants from known dangerous individuals." As for the family, it's adding to their list of unanswered questions.
We're terrified that it's just going to get swept under the rug.
The family called police the day Jenkins was killed since they hadn't heard from her. But it took a second call to police a week later for them to find her body in a nearby wooded area. All despite surveillance video giving a view to the violence that August night.
No one will ever know the true story. That's what we're terrified of.
We found police records showing in the past 3 years, officers have been called to the apartment complex nearly 200 times. In terms of the criminal investigation, the man accused of helping hide Jenkins' body, John Day, he admitted what he did to police and is set to be sentenced in April. The man accused in Jenkins' murder, David Harvey, he is in jail and is waiting for a trial, which is set for March. All developments we will continue to follow. Susan Elcory, First Alert.
Great glory, beloved. A lot of those things, a lot of judgment are going out there. And those dudes, man, you know, they don't care, man. You know, although they look like senior citizens, you know, you did something to them in the past or now, those guys, they'll take you down because, yeah, that's how we told our people, man, don't get involved with argument and stuff. Not to defend yourself, but try to avoid Negroes, anybody that like drama. Any little thing, they're fighting. Any little thing, there's a yelling and arguing loud. Get away from those people.
Yeah, we used to hang out all the time, go hiking and stuff. I mean, she was really good with, like, hiking. She really liked hiking.
Andrew Nunn couldn't believe when he heard what happened. A tragic K-fall in Giles County last Friday left his longtime friend, Autumn Nicole Draper, dead. Authorities say Draper fell nearly 100 feet in a cave just outside of Parisburg. Nunn says he hadn't seen Draper in a while, but says he never forgot her kind spirit.
She was an outgoing person, very respectful.
Okay, so now again, let's enlarge this so we can see this again. See if I can stop it at the right time.
Got her kind spirit.
She was an outgoing.
Okay, so as you can see here in this fellow hat, okay, you can see the buck, the deer again. Okay, all right, we're not making this up. It's right here. You can see the deer. I'm not quite sure what this symbol is. It some kind of football, basketball, or baseball, some kind of team sport, I guess. But there's the buck again.
One person, very respectful, very ambitious, and loved to go out into the nature and stuff. That was her. I do remember that.
Nunn says this isn't the first time deadly outdoor accidents has happened to someone he knows.
There's been like quite a few people that's been deceased, especially in Giles County. There was Michaela Wright. I was real good friends with her, Michaela Lynn Wright. She fell off of a cliff about like 4 or 5 years ago, but nobody knew what happened to her.
And that's the thing. That's the thing, beloved. It's just those folks people are dying and they don't know how did this happen. Did she slip? She's a really good hiker, but yet she died. I don't know how to say this thing. What happened? Did she went alone? Did they run the autopsy and say exactly what? Was she drunk? Oh, I don't know, man. But anyway.
Gretchen Baker is the national coordinator for the National Cave Rescue Commission. Her team conducts cave safety trainings like what you see on your screen with the Blacksburg and Covington Rescue Squad every few years. She says that the most common risk when exploring caves is falling.
The most typical injury we see in caves are lower leg injuries, so sprained ankles or broken lower legs, because mainly the falls tend to be smaller falls. But sometimes there are bigger problems where there could be rockfall, there could be flooding in caves. So there are a number of things that could go wrong.
Baker says being prepared before going caving can save lives.
I would not advise anybody to go caving. If you are not going in an expedition, I highly recommend you don't go out there and caving like that. It's not a good look to go into caving just for the sake of it. You go if you are sent to. The caves are not what you think they are, okay? It's not what you think they are.
Somebody knows where you're going and what time you'll be back, so that if your group has some problems and you're not back in time, they can call for help. To always make sure you're going caving in a group with a minimum of 3 people. So if one person does get hurt, someone can stay with the injured person and someone can go for help.
And those folks always go alone, all right? They always go alone. So that's it's crazy. Let's keep on moving.
We do have breaking news happening now. We have new details and information this morning on that medical emergency that involved Colts owner Jim Irsay from last December.
Police say on that day, Irsay was found turning blue and cold to touch. Carmel police documents obtained by Fox 59's Max Lewis show this happened on Friday, December 8th, around 4:30 in the morning. Officers were sent to Irsay's home and told he had fallen in the bathroom and had been moved to his bed by several members of his estate staff. That's where officers saw Irsay unconscious and barely breathing with oxygen in his nose, and they suspected an overdose.
Yeah, the police records show officers got out Narcan and Irsay was given 1 dose. They say he responded only slightly to that Narcan, and then medics arrived and they took over life-saving efforts. The 64-year-old then taken by ambulance to the hospital. It was on January 9th the team announced that Irsay was being treated for a severe respiratory illness.
This morning, the team sent a statement to Fox 59 saying Mr. Irsay continues to recover from his respiratory illness. We will have no further comment on his personal health, and we continue to ask that Jim and his family's privacy be respected.
Of course, of course. So you got Jim Irsay, okay? Let's see. Let's see his net worth. Okay. You got Jim Irsay, okay? $4.3 billion, a billionaire, okay? I am prejudiced against because I'm rich white billionaire, as it said. An interview with Andrea Kramer on Real Sport with Brian Gumbel. If I am just the average guy down the block, they are not pulling me in, or of course not. Whose net worth is $4.3 billion. I am prejudiced against because I'm rich white billionaires. You got this billionaire, a freaking junkie, okay, an addict. All right, they find him turning blue, unresponsive, and they know this dude wasn't that fentanyl. Okay, he was turning blue. All right, so his people know he is a junkie. They put him there, called the police. They came in, they give him the Narcan. Now he's in the hospital, and they're asking everybody, hey, respect my privacy. See, those are the same people that get around their table and their private meeting back in the early 70s and 80s and 90s, paying, supporting, telling the government to put the drugs in our neighborhood. Now look at you. Beloved, if I don't know about you, if I had $4.3 billion right now, I wouldn't be sad, man. I wouldn't be in a situation that I have to use drug to numb myself, man. That is in the current situation that I'm in right now. It would depend on how you get that money. Let's say the easiest way, you win the lottery, which is pretty much impossible for you to get this money. But hey, let's say with the Most High, all is possible. You won the lottery You got the $4 billion, so to speak. Let's say the lottery was 10 billion. You won it, and then after tax, you ended up with 4 billion. And then you will do drugs, man, because you're sad. Your life is not fulfilled. What could have possibly happened to this man that would make him do this thing? Of course, Indiana, Farm Bureau, the football center, the Colts, the horse, and the horseshoe, and the horse. We just talked about the first video, like the three horses, the three white horses was pulling. Horse is a form of judgment. The black horse, red horse, pale horse. Horse is rideth, and Pluto, of course, like we know, is a horse. All right. Saturn is the black judge, which rideth Pluto. Saturn already entering, leaving Capricorn and going into Pisces and judging the age of Pisces. That's why it sent his horse, the Pluto, to be in the midst of Aquarius, which is the new ages, and waited for that. Okay. All right. So there you go. Okay. So that's what happened. You got a guy like Jim Irsay, man, a billionaire, and you were in fentanyl. People think, like, for instance, Kensington Avenue. Okay, look at this. Hopefully this thing doesn't have any music in it, but usually it does. Oh, this one doesn't. Okay, people think like this is junkie. Okay, this is a junkie. Those people are the only junkies out there. All right, all those people nodding and using drugs in Kensington, and they think this is the only junkie. But you got billionaires, man. Okay, you got billionaires. There we go. I don't want to go ahead and take those guys' video because they did it's a hard work going out there, very dangerous doing this stuff. All right. Okay, Kensington is crazy. So let's check news. All right, there we go. Let's take the news right here so we can get an example.
And we begin at 5 with a historic announcement. The city's first Latino deputy police commissioner. And along with that title, Pedro Rosario has a big task at hand, and that's getting Kensington under control. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Sheba Russell. Today's announcement could be the start of a new...
And clear the streets of tents and those who call them home.
Sir, you've been here, and it remains the trial.
Let's see. Okay, well, all right. We can't get anyone. Let's say the shrink. You never know. This guy Jim could have been on shrink. There you go.
This is a typical day in Kensington, a neighborhood in Philadelphia. As police, homeless services, sanitation services come and clear out areas like this one. In the debris, you'll often find images like this. Narcan stashed away in a wall right next to a syringe. A life-saving treatment alongside the thing that kills. This place is the epicenter of Philadelphia's opioid crisis, the largest open-air drug market in the Northeast. On a given day, 400 to 800 people are on the streets here looking for their next high. But Kensington is also home to thousands of families, their lives impacted by this crisis. Every day here, scenes of heartbreak. Curtis Benson is looking for his daughter. She's addicted to opioids and has been missing for 3 weeks.
She had got about 9 months clean and just took a turn for the worse.
Then again, whenever they have to show anybody addicted to drugs, first people they'll show you, let me see, 58. The moment this clip begin right here,
this is
they show the typical black dude cleaning and some black guy over there.
Typical day in Kensington, a neighborhood in Philadelphia.
And then what they showed here, you know,
Months clean.
9 months clean.
Just took a turn for the worse.
Because they look for those people, okay? They look hard for them. So they can tell you, this is all Kensington. Those are the people that do drugs. They are the low lives and the degenerate, the scum of the earth. And they'll never show you a guy like Jim Irsay, a billionaire, nodding. They find him nodding in his bathroom. They put him in the room. If they didn't call the police, he would have been dead. He's still in the hospital now.
Know that she's still amongst the living. I just don't know what else to do.
According to the Philadelphia Police Department, fathers like Curtis are a common occurrence here.
We get it once or twice a day. You'll have parents come up, grandparents, aunts, uncles, you know, showing us pictures.
Philadelphia had its highest death toll ever from unintentional drug overdoses in 2021. And for the first time, Black Philadelphians were hit the hardest.
There you go. For the first time, Black Philadelphians, we have to bring them in there and say the 42% of the deaths were Black, which is greater than 58%, and 42% were Black people. They are dying from this.
Making up 42% of the lives lost. And it's getting worse. Further poisoning the drug supply here is xylazine.
See, you're not screaming like before. That's a plus sign.
Also known as Trank. Okay. It's an animal tranquilizer that sedates while getting you high and leads to both intense withdrawals and severe wounds. The city is piloting a mobile wound care van to combat Trank's effects. Why is a wound care van necessary in this community right now?
Individuals are getting the...
Anyway, so they will not show you a guy like Jim Irsay, a billionaire. He owned the he owned the Colts, Indiana Colts. Is that what that is? You know, a guy like Jim Irsay.
We do have,
you know, and you got this billionaire, which is a freaking junkie. All right, this dude, he got into this stuff. He you know, it's amazing. They said what happened. Most of those billionaires, they'll just say he was found unresponsive. Oh yeah, well, you know, my father had a heart attack. He had a heart issue, a health issue, and things like that. Nah, this dude, they just come out there. They say, well, you know, they give him a Narcan and things like that. They'll never tell you how many billionaires, millionaires that are dying or in this thing, on this thing. They'll seek like the most backwarded, the most messed up neighborhood. They show you, hey, look, Black people over there. You know, those Black people, they are having Black people stuff. And they're also Black. And they're also dark. And then Black stuff going on over there. And then Black people doing stuff. 42% of Blacks for the first time. You know, what do you mean the first time? Ever since this thing, the opioid crisis, you folks did every single thing to blame that thing on us. Oh yeah, African American, they are dying by the most. They are dying by, now it is the first time they are dying more. Which one is it? They are dying the most, or they are dying, there are more of them. Again, man, look at Jim. Look at the fellow, okay? Look at his eyes, the way that he was doing the interview, okay?
Stays home and told he had fallen in the bathroom and had been moved to his bed by several members of his estate staff. That's where officers saw Irsay unconscious and barely breathing with oxygen in his nose, and they suspected an overdose.
Yeah, the police records show officers got out Narcan and Irsay was given one dose. They say he responded only slightly to that Narcan, and then medics arrived and they took over life-saving efforts.
Okay, so this dude is an addict, man, another junkie, but he's a billionaire. And the lesson we had, let me see if we can pull it up for the nation. Oh, we have to go right here. I believe the myth of hard work we were talking about in this video, or nope. Yeah, it was in this video. We were talking about the myth of hard work, how those billionaires, they always tell people to work hard, but they themselves, they don't work hard. And then they are freaking junkies. And they do drugs, man. You know, if you work for those people, with those people, especially if you stay in the hood, those people, like, they will like always like, oh man, you stay in the hood. That's cool, man. Hey man, yeah, it's a tough life, man. I bet there's a lot of drugs going on over there. Do you know anyone? and they will give you money that if this thing costs like $100, they give you $300-400 to go bring them this thing. That's how those people live, man. So yeah, with all those things concerning those guys and the stuff that they've been doing and the stuff that they are doing currently, people don't put that in the news. People don't talk about those stuff. But if you wish to study with us, please, beloved, join us on Patreon, Patreon/Big Levi, and you will see all the lessons that we have. You can have all the pictures, okay? Let me show the nation. You can have all the collection that we have right there. We have Jacob's Trouble, okay, videos, the collection. We have the PDF files. 83 is this depiction. The Testament of Solomon, we study, and we have Sacred Geometry, Black Labor, White Wealth. We're still studying that. We have Word of Power, only available for Intra-Templum. The Lesser Key of Solomon, okay, the Comb Hammer Suit, the Magician Photos, the Greater Key of Solomon, all the studies. You can find all our videos here if you wish to study with us. And you can sign up as a paid member. And you can see all the things that we've been studying. Water and Aesop and the magical tools. And if you... Oh boy. I think I got to go. If you would like all the pictures, you can go ahead and download all those photos right here. They are free. If you are a paid members, you can get the 1 million step, the depiction of Sarah in her golden years, fathers and princesses, power and black progress, and black conservatism. And a lot of people, when we post those pictures and they are asking question about why those women are light skinned and then they're always light skinned, it's the software, it's the AI. Okay, this is black conservatism. You would not understand this picture if you don't study Black Labor, White Wealth with us. Once you study it, you will understand these pictures, okay? You'll understand those pictures, black laborers and white wealth, black conservatism. Okay, Thomas Sowell. Okay, you will know who Thomas Sowell is and what he is talking about. And then, you know, what he is about, all right? Mr. Thomas here. If you watch the Boondocks, you will know Uncle Ruckus. You'll know who Thomas Sowell is. He's well beloved by the white community, okay? All right, he's the guy that always do things and defend. Defend the dominant society. So you have to study with us to understand why there are pictures like this. When we post them, people don't understand and they come after us and like, well, you are promoting this, you are promoting that. You have to study black conservatism, what Dr. Claude Anderson said. This is just a depiction. It's not promoting. It's just a depict. Okay, when you see things like that, you will understand what the black conservatism is. People are making silly comment like, why all the sisters are by themselves and then the dudes and stuff. And you people, you guys, man, always find the lowest thing you can come in and do nonsense. If you would like all those pictures, all those photos, you can go ahead and download them for free. Well, that is if you're a member, and then you can use them as you wish. All right. We always have those pictures. Again, Thomas Sowell. I highly recommend you study this dude. Okay, skin folk. All right. The white community love this dude. You know, he's like, they got books and stuff like that, always beating on our people. And nobody called him out. Well, Dr. Claude called him out. Okay, there's a new video here. Dr. Claude called him out. But then again, if you would like those beautiful images, depiction, you will never see those people commenting about, pictures like this. Let me see, we got one comment here. fire. Okay, you won't see those folks coming and say, hey, those are beautiful pictures and thank you for giving a positive depiction of our women and stuff like that, of our men and women. But they say in the background silently and wait until you post something that they won't comment and say this is beautiful and stuff like that. A few of our people that know what that is, they will comment and say this is beautiful depiction. The vibration, you're bringing the vibration up. Our people showing when they were working in the steel industry and things like that. A few of them, when you put picture like this, those folks will not comment. But as soon as they see images, for instance, people were giving me crap for those pictures depicting the priesthood of Mahan. Let me see the first one. Yes, this one. And somebody comment, oh, why'd you put those pictures? Don't you know those images can jump into people? Yes. Low, feeble, low vibration minded people. This is a depiction of the priesthood of Mahan. All right, so... And you have this picture where we are talking about the myth of black feminism, and all those people, some dudes, all that person see was the nose ring. This thing spark like a whole debate. It's a freaking depiction. You will never see those people, give the sister a thumbs up and say, beloved, great job. Okay, this is the before and after. It is always some dude coming over there and trying to come up with like nonsense and stuff like that. This is beautiful depiction of our people, okay, healthily looking, all right, do the best they can do so they can stay healthy. And this is all the picture of our men. You'll find our people like say, that's good. We like the way our men look. They are serious. They are dressed well. They are all right. All right. So, but the moment you put something like something they actually don't understand, okay, they don't know how to respond, like why the sisters are all alone and then the brothers have white women. Oh, he has a white woman here with him and stuff. You don't read it. You don't read this, okay? Read this. Black labor, white wealth, okay? Read this thing, and once you read it, you will understand, okay? It's called black conservatism. Now, people are giving me crap like, stuff. I had to black those people because of a depiction. Silly people. They never commented. You never seen them, but they are waiting for gossiping. They won't comment and things like that. You never seen them. They won't say anything about things like this. All right? They won't say anything. Beautiful people, they won't say anything about that. But the moment you put something like this, they always come up and try to gossip and cause chaos in the comment. That's why I freaking block you people. You might still not be able to comment and do anything on our video because of your attitude. You don't come with this negative attitude. Why can't those people see the positive? They always have to see the negative. This is a beautiful picture. Oh, well, why can't the women cover her head? Why she did not cover her head? This is illegal. This is unlawful. Scumbag stuff, man. Scumbag stuff. But anyway, if you wish to study with us, again, get all those beautiful pictures. Okay, somebody commented, say she looked like the epitome of a dream catcher. Beautiful. All right. Or those are depiction of sacred geometry. That's all that is. Has nothing to do, oh, we are promoting this thing out there for women to go to dress like this. No, that's not what that is. And for those people that are asking how do we create this, we'll have an art class coming again. We had one successful one. We got a lot of people graduated and they know how to create that on their own leisure. And we will have another class after the fast. Maybe after the fast, we'll have another class where our people can learn this. It's going to be a 30 days class every Sunday, $25 a week. It should cost you $100 or less for the class. And we'll show you how to do this, the techniques. You can learn it on your own. But if you want to learn it with the nation, we'll have a class like this after the fast. We'll show the people, the nation, how they can create those beautiful arts at their own leisure. All right, beloved, let me see. Boy, we might want to stop here for this. With this, we're going to stop here. Okay. Beloved, to say this, the weather, the numbers, the messages, we receive all of them. Okay? We understand them. Today's the 19th. Tomorrow, Pluto is going to be in the mist as it always was and will be. It's going to be there for another 30, 40 years, so to speak. Beloved, this is not the time for you to go out there and argue with people, try to make them see the light. This is the time for you to focus on your rebirth and put everything on you. I say shalom. I'll see you folks whenever the mighty one says so.